I want this video to serve as a reminder that you can and absolutely should be taking advantage of social media in terms of looking at people who inspire you every single day. Now, over the past, honestly, it's only been a day. It was yesterday and this morning. I have been obsessively for an entire day listening to Mr. Beast. Just those videos of like the 1 hour compilations of him just giving like advice to small channels, or just, like just kind of him inspiring, kind of just on podcast saying things. Take advantage of this shit. This is fuel, right? Especially if you don't have a group around you, if you don't have a friend group that's obsessed with YouTube, or that's obsessed with business, or that's obsessed with like leveling up in some way. This is why YouTube, I think, is good. It's because, like, yes, it is good to surround yourself with those people and actually talk to those people. But if you don't have those people around you, you don't feel insane, right? You don't feel crazy, pretty much. Like, it's reinforcing this, like, yes, keep doing the work because this guy has done the work and he got it. This girl has done the work and she got it, right? And I actually had a moment for the first time. I mean, I knew Mr. B's story, but I felt very like, I don't know if like seen is the word, but he said, like, I knew he was in college and he was like skipping classes, and I'm not skipping classes and I am doing my assignments, but I don't really want to be doing them. But anyway, he said when he went to college, he was pretty much forced to either move out or go to college, and he couldn't move out. He didn't have enough money. And he said when he went to college, he was like borderline suicidal. Now, it's not that bad for me, but I had a moment of like, oh my God, like there's other people out there that think I'm meant for something else, right? Not whatever is like set out for me. And then that also hate college. And again, I don't express my hate to college with anybody, so no one could really come forth to me and be like, oh, I hate it too, because I don't express it. But I do feel like most people around me, and this is just based off pure not knowing anything, not even asking them if they like college or not, I don't think many people have a deep hatred for it. I think a lot of people feel like even if they hated it, they have to go, and that it's like a requirement. So they wouldn't even admit they hated it, or like they'd admit they hated it, but they'd be like, oh, I still have to. So to hear someone like Mr. Beast, who's achieved everything he's achieved, say, I absolutely despised college, like every moment of every class, like it just sucked so much. I totally resonate with that. Like, so deeply resonated with that. And again, it wasn't as bad as him, but a few levels under that, I'd say, where it's just like hating every moment, not liking going to class, like these ugly emotions, right? Every time I go, every time I'm there. And anyway, that was just kind of a side tangent, but utilize these videos. These are the things you should be watching. Like, I'm not usually an advocate for like watching inspirational videos, but recently I've been like, well, look, if it actually fuels you, right? It's not just some guy saying like Mr. Beast is more specific, right? He's like YouTube or like anything you're obsessed with, I guess. It means more to me to hear him say these things than some person just being like, go grind. Like that's not what I want, right? I want something like this, something like Mr. Beast giving advice, but like, you know who he is, you know where he came from, and you know it inspires you. And like I said, usually I'm not an advocate of this type of like inspirational content, but I realized you want to take the journey, you want the drive, right? But to drive, you need fuel. So arguably fuel's even more important. So I don't like, again, this could be me justifying watching content, but I know myself. That fires me up. Watching Mr. Beast makes me want to make videos, makes me want to obsess over things. So I know that like if I want to go from point A to point B, I need fuel. And if I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I really don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. So if I turn on a Mr. Beast video and he's saying you have to wake up every day and obsess, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, that is gas in the tank. That is fuel. I want to get from point A to point B, but I have no fuel. So this is where I see watching this type of content as an absolute plus, because I know if I don't start my mornings now with Mr. Beast, I might slack off. I might be like, it's fine. It's one video, or it's this, or it's that. But I know if I start my day with these types of videos, it sets on course a good day where I do the things, because you have Mr. Beast telling you, you know, he works till 3 in the morning, he does all this shit. And I'm like, I can't make a video. I can't turn on a camera for 10 minutes. Like who am I? I think I said this in my last video. I'm like, who am I to think that I should get anything when I can't even put in 1/10 of the work? And then I'm pissed that I don't get the exact same result. It's like, you put in 1/10, you got 1/10, right? So yeah, if you need fuel in the tank, utilize these videos. Like Mr. Beast talking for 1 hour. Again, I was doing a workout while I listened to it. But utilize these videos. Like, let this, you're basically at, there are people who achieve things like Mr. Beast who were reinforced and told that they were like a loser, they were crazy, or they were obsessive. You can still make it with that. But obviously, if you had this supportive circle that made you feel like you weren't crazy, you'd go a lot further. And he says later, you know, he had friends that were obsessed with YouTube and he learned from them and everything. So this is why it's important, is if you're looking around for support and there's no one there but your head, and your head is eventually like, okay, this is silly, like people are going to say some shit, this, you're trapped in your mind. If you can turn on a YouTube video of Mr. Beast and he can like tap into your brain and say, no, like, listen, you can do this. It's just going to take time. It's just going to take this. You are now getting out of your own mind. And your own mind is your own worst enemy. Like, it will stop you from making the big YouTube channel. It will stop you from making the money. But if you can have a third party, even if it's a video, that is still a third party telling you, no, look, I have experience in this. I was where you were at. It just takes time. Then you're out of your own head. Your head could be telling you, nope, no shot. And then you have the biggest YouTuber in the world saying, look, I was where you were at. It just takes time. You just got to keep going. Third party. Take yourself out of your own mind. So that, I think, sums it up pretty well. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Matt Rogo. I own Newseum, which is a newsletter summary platform. So there's a ton of newsletters out there. Take a while to read, and a lot of them add up when you take 5-10 minute read times across 5 newsletters. So we try to give you all the value in half the time by condensing that down, basically to be the blinkest newsletters. So link will always be in the description for that if you want to check that out. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.